Or a hunting ground, I suppose.
I suppose so.
If we are weak, then we are a liability and a risk to his people.
Yes, but there is virtue in knowing thy limits and not training too hard before an engagement. You don't want to pull or strain something right before the fight today. She stands back up, having used up all of the, again, rudimentary poultices she knows how to make. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to ask him what happened. She gestures at Ron. We do have his permission now, though. But I'll be back. And she begins, like, running off in the direction that he left.
Try to gain his favor for training for later. As she's leaving.
Abigail does come back some 15 minutes later, but any attempts at asking her, like, what is wrong with Captain Goradia, she is vehemently not answering and saying it's not her place to say.
On an insight check to see what's up with her.
Sure.
Like, just a general read of, like, I don't expect to get the information, but to, like, try and understand what her take on the information is. That's okay. I'll throw a die on that.
That's less okay. I won't throw a die on
that. So 22.
That is...
It's...
And I don't have a die to put on that.
Whatever information it is, as you say, like, you're not getting the information by insight checking her, but whatever information it is, it holds merit and value and is true to her. Like, it's not something she thinks is scoundrelish, it's not something she thinks is unwarranted, it's something that she sympathizes with. So, thus ends day 0. I will say I don't have time. I was gonna do it, but then too long making pretty timetable to make different timetable for NPCs. The NPCs are around. They will be training. They'll be doing their own shit. But more or less, they will be sort of juggling in the air to be grabbed at whenever we have need of them. I have a general idea of what all their schedules are like, though. So we will be playing around with that much more vague timetable that they have. Whereas your guys still might get fucked up. I already have some ideas for some times where it's just like, yeah, something might happen. But let's get right into it, shall we?
Yes.
Spend enough time on day 0. Let's just go to day 1. Day 1 begins with you guys being at the training grounds anyways. Hey, that's crazy. That's wild.
What? We never left. Oriana just slept here. They kicked her out of the
You guys never left! So. Let me change the music now that we have the tensities of the Slayer captains out of the way. Where is it? This one.
Is there any chance Sajar could, like, tell what metal that thing is made of? The spear? I would ask if Oriana could, but she's not the metallurgist kind of person. And also, it was inside of her. I think she had bigger priorities.
Heavy metal.
Yeah, Sajar is your skill set is in jewelry crafting, not warsmithing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just had the thought process, like, maybe.
So, you guys go to bed and return back the next day. Accompanying you are, okay, not all of you are showing up here. 2 of you aren't. We'll go to you in a second. But to the rest of you that are showing up here, the Vagrants and your core NPCs and Abigail also show up as well. And you guys get to training. I don't think O is capable of speaking right now, so we'll go to his information gathering at a later point, maybe. I don't know. But the rest of you are training or observing each other training. It's sort of a bit of a voyeuristic thing, but I'm not judging. I will say, to some of your guys' chagrin, Captain Garadja is there. Don't worry, he's not slamming any of you guys in the back. It's a good idea to hit the back of your head, Anushka. With his spear, nor is he running you through with it.
Does he ever?
He is just watching.
Okay, he's just silently watching in the corner.
He is watching, and there are times where he does chime in, basically barks, improvements, commands.
Doing a little bit of voyeurism with that.
Yeah, he's doing a bit of voyeurism. He's barking voyeurism.
Yeah, there's
combining two. Anyways, yeah, but other than that, that means that he does like give helpful instruction, even if he absolutely is not polite with it. Can
Really?
all of you attending the training grounds make me one singular attack of a weapon of your choice? We're gonna start sifting out who's the best and who's the worst.
Well, definitely not the best.
Oh my god, why?
I have to find all the shit that I can add on to the...
I see all the,
Yeah, I feel you.
well, you're not there.
Me? What? Oh, right, yeah, no, I wasn't there for the first
Day
day.
one.
Damn it.
She went
Yeah,
that
go
short.
on,
was there
get
later.
boy.
Yeah, that's
Hey, we
the
got
two
22 in
rapier,
there.
rapier wielders over here.
I never use it, and the one time I do.
Alright, can all of you now roll me your damage?
Max damage, max damage.
Oh, I know if I knew we were doing damage, we would have made that
Wait. Is that seriously all I got?
Yeah, you could toggle on the Deadeye for this if you want.
Okay, well,
But yeah, you'll need to re-hit the button, won't you?
just
Oh, no, that works, yeah.
Oh, wait, can I roll Hunter's Mark with mine, or will that be being cheeky?
Do you?
Are you able to?
Actually, we
see
have
if it's a
already.
dummy?
You already have it on, so...
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, it's up to you, yeah.
Never mind. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got a
Now,
little
let
thing
me just see which one of you is the weakest. Silas has a pathetic damage roll comparatively to the rest of you, but is way better at hitting than the rest of you. How interesting.
oh, well,
Alexander,
technically, no.
running middle of the pack with some good damage, though, bringing him up. He's clear. Deed is good. We're just kicked. Yeah, Deed is good. That's
Deed's
good
fine.
damage and good rolls.
Damn.
So it really
Yeah,
is
just
between
exactly.
Anushka or Silas, then. As you two are training, Garadia does, like, very quietly. Like, too quiet for a man of his stature and weight class. He appears behind you. Come with me.
To who?
Yeah, to who?
You and Silas.
Oh, both of us. Okay.
To
okay.
both of you.
Has jumps like that.
Yeah, just like.
He sends you to the sparring pits, both of you armed with a dulled short sword. And he tells you to fight.
And this could just like.
I know you're both proficient with short swords, and it's a dex weapon, and you both use dex for your attacks. So it's pretty... It's even on the stuff you're using for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so make me an attack roll with a short sword, which is the equivalencies of a dexterity finesse weapon. So you could just roll 1d20 plus dex plus prof. Something like that.
Okay. So.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can figure this out.
Your rapier should use the same attack stats, Silas.
It's a... So if I just...
The damage will be different, yes, but the attack roll should be the same. Yeah, so
Yeah, 1d20.
2 plus 3, yeah, so that's accurate.
Oh. Prof plus dex. You said yes. So it'll be 6. Okay.
I see.
Damn it. Damn it.
The two of you follow through of Garaja's instruction on... it's not to the death or anything like that. These are dulled blades, after all. But it's basically who can strike the other one 3 times first. Whoever's first to 3. Silas, you do, by feline grace, get to 3 first. And as soon as the bout is over, Anushka, you're just sort of like, man, I can't believe I lost. Garaja's are behind your shoulder already. I see you're slow.
I am more used to being at back.
He blinks once at you. Perhaps seeker training is necessary then. Get back to the training, I will be back.
Oh, okay.
That
He
just looks
basically-
uncertainly.
He goes off, and like less than 10 minutes later, he's back with a seeker. The seekers don't use guns for the most part because they're loud and clunky, harder to maintain in the field, which usually they're on long distance reconnaissance, so that's not usually the best. But nonetheless, this is a sharpshooter seeker that he does requisition from the opposing faction. And they're in a similar boat as you. They're not as afraid of Captain Garadia. They're not as afraid of him as you. But they still have healthy cause for concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the remainder of your morning training period, you have this seeker instructing you on long distance shooting, the general climate that you'll be shooting through. The thing is, you're pretty used to this because you're a Twinsian native, but there are some factors that they will chime in that you didn't really get taught in your initial education, particularly the winds of magic affecting the curvature or the trajectory of your bullet, because guess what? When someone throws a fireball, the sudden heat of the fire messes with the wind pattern on where you're aiming. Stuff like that. So they do toss in a couple of curveballs at you, but nonetheless, it is pretty cut and dry training. So that's what you guys are doing day 1. Well, not all of you are doing day 1. Some of you. Sajar, let us go to you.
Yes.
Sajar, you go back to the Lapis Lock, and already there is Mr. Yarsh. He's a bit, he's not bored, because that makes it sound like, well, he's bored. He's not working right now. No one has contracted him as a reason, but he is working on designs as you enter in, and Naru is already in the back, cooking up a bunch of different bits.
Okay.
They are not extravagant or lovely to look at. No more so than a belt of grenades is something you'd wear to a fancy gathering.
I would. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, I'll be sure to write you down the terrorist list for fancy gatherings then.
Yeah, so you understand my style.
Yeah, so you get to the place and begin working on your projects. I will ask you here now, do you recruit Naru and Mr. Yarsh to help you with your project?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Yarsh does cost money. Naru will happily help you. She'll happily help you. She just simply chimes in, I mean, that's fine by me. It'd just be something to work towards versus... And she holds up like this 5-string bit of different colored jewels that might form a bracelet. Better than this.
Right, so initially I had planned 6 things. I'm gonna draw them up first, and I would love your input.
Roll me your drawers tools.
Righty. Are they? Dex-Mod?
Dex or Int? Dex or Int.
Both are 0.
I see. Then yes.
Oh, but
I just roll good, right?
You say that. Ah! Ah!
What the hell?
He did it!
so
He
about
did it, guys!
my luck
He
earlier.
said the
wow.
he said the match didn't work.
Yeah, you
for him
definitely
for once.
stole Garth's luck there.
And he was like, you just have to roll good.
I
You
know,
just
right?
roll
Anyway.
good, guys. That's how you win D&D. You just roll good. Yeah, as you're describing it and stuff like that, she chimes in because some of these are based off of real life objects, and she does with some very significant familiarity chime in yeah, this is how it would look in the wild or stuff like that. Da 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 da. And she even brings in Mr. Yarsh in on it, more so just because she respects him as a professional, and he's just yeah. As you're describing, you put this emphasis, this inspiration, this impetus behind it, and they're just yeah, that sounds pretty cool. It's pretty fun, which is a weird thing for professionals to say, but hey, you got fun while working. Just kidding, that's a lie. Don't let capitalism get to you. So Naru will absolutely help, and because Mr. Yarsh is just interested. Because, the way you're describing it, these are some, not weirder, but more complex crafts. He wants to see how you would want him and her to make them. Sort of get an insight into your own mental skill set. So for that, he'll give you a discount on his services. Of course, he's still going to charge you. He needs to make money.
Of course.
For each project, the components will be covered, as we discussed before. You'd have to chip over 20 plat just to cover the remainder of the components.
Yeah.
As for his services, he will charge 3 plat up front, 3 plat upon delivery for each project. Or 30 gold equivalency.
Yeah, let me... There be then. Yeah.
And I will say he does start with plat as the standard metric. So
Yeah, I'll just hand him over 36 plat.
Alrighty then. So, you guys, with a fucking nat 20, yeah, you might actually have some spare time by the end of this. For the morning cycle, you are working. You are working. Let us switch gears, because we have 3 more days to go through, so we will be moving through these at breakneck pace. Oriana, you go to the cradle. You go to the cradle to look for Benji. Or, well, rather, you go to the cradle to look for Benji, and his older sister, Brianna, looks for you. Or rather, she finds you as you enter the place. As you know, you guys are discussing. He did not come back. Also, you are muted.
I'm listening. I know.
She doesn't know where he went. She knows that you were the one talking to him. You and Nushka were the ones talking to him yesterday. He did not come back last evening, which pinged with Mother Aventina. She was thinking of sending out Harris and Irene to go look for him, but decided that it would not be the best. Harris and Irene, between the three of these sneaky children, are the ones with more temperance, more patience, and she would decide to follow suit with that and not send them.
I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to like start like looking or anything. She's gonna tell the girl to just like wait here. Don't. It's a weird thing. Don't look for him, which I don't expect her to follow through. But like, wait here. I'm gonna go find him. I don't want to say it's more dangerous because then immediately she's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you tell him to do?" Yeah, it's just tell her not to look and not to ask around. She's gonna go find him, and she's gonna try and I don't have a rapport with them, but she's gonna ask the Seekers, or do I just want to go bug Janet because I feel like I'm gonna bug Janet every day and be like, "Hey, I have a problem." No, she'll ask like some Seeker teams like, "Hey, there's a kid that's missing, and I have it on a reliable source of it is very dangerous, or it could be very dangerous."
Roll me a persuasion check.
I have fucking zero charisma.
Because keep in mind, like,
that one thing.
Seekers and Slayers posted here aren't like off duty. They still have they're still on active duty. It's just that they're at garrison for the time being.
Oh, why did I not take that one fucking thing? God damn it.
Most of the Seekers you end up fighting say they'll keep an eye out for the kid. But if he got kidnapped, killed by mortal means, that's technically not their job. They say to take that up to the City Watch.
They're just gonna be like, "Oh, give it like 24 hours." She'll bring it up with them. I'm just like, yeah, she'll follow their advice.
Alright. As you go ask the City Watch about Benji, he's a known quantity by the City Watch.
That makes sense.
He's been caught breaking the law like 7 times for petty theft. And they just, like, the ones that you tell it to, like, there's, like, 2 guards on the corner, sort of like the stormtroopers at the end of Mandalorian, are just like, guess the kid's luck finally caught up with him. Right? He probably pickpocketed the wrong person. Whether he was or wasn't helping you, maybe he got waylaid on the way to do the thing that you told him to do.
Well, that would be a better outcome, but regardless.
And then they do this.
Just punch them out.
I forgot that in this show.
Like,
Yeah,
stop scrolling.
Yeah, I forgot they actually did that. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
They say they'll circulate his disappearance around the City Watch, but they're, like, not gonna go investigate for an orphan.
Yay. Okay. Is Amber available?
You guys, you have no core memories.
God damn it.
And then,
oh, go on.
as I say, that's probably where your morning ends, running around the city talking to different bureaucracies. We assume each period's around like 4 hours. 12 to 4. No, 8 to 12, 12 to 4, 4 to 8. Let's see. Let's switch to Redain, who's technically at the training grounds, but He's like separate from the training grounds, I guess. I don't know. You're at the training grounds. Yeah, you're already training. You're already asking around. Most inquiries about trying to like learn more about the fell beings that your guys' who are your guys' targets to Slayers is usually like they don't know because they're not included on the operation. 2, they just tell you to go ask the Seekers. Slayers aren't there to learn stuff ahead of time. It's their job to get told what they need to know at the debriefing and then operate off of that. Whereas the Seekers are the sifters. So you head over to the Seeker compound, and you do spot Captain Janik. He's actually talking with Captain Ricker here. Not that you know who Captain Ricker is at this point, but yeah, the two of them are just sort of like seeing each other off, like saluting off. See to it. Yeah.
Am I interrupting something, Captain?
No. Actually, this is good timing. He gestures at Captain Rickard. This is Secret Captain Rickard, who'll be accompanying us on our operation. Yeah, you're the ones, huh? You're, he snaps a finger. Alisander's in your company, right?
Correct. We are the River Company. And he is joining us for this operation.
Well, he looks at Janik. Guess I'll have to make more of them. See to it. He nods and walks off to a different wing of the secret compound.
And what is it he'll be making more of?
We've already begun extracting samples from 111. We're seeing about making anything of them. Captain Rickard is knowledgeable on the toxology field. So, hopefully, we'll get results. Hopefully. If we do, I'll be sure to notify you.
And this is a purely pragmatic endeavor?
For me, yes. Although I'm sure some of the other captains have different takes on it. But at the end of the day, whatever edge we can get, we will take.
He just does a slight nod. I will not question your methods. This is your home. You figured out how to fight best here. We're here simply to be of help.
I appreciate it. Out of game, I will give you guys a choice. You guys can make up to 11 toxins. They will affect only one strike apiece. But it is the next successful strike, not the next attack. They'll give, if you're assuming you're hitting anti-black reach, they'll give you, I have to go check the number crunch for alchemist stuff, but it would probably give you like 3 extra d6s. 3 or 4, plus a mod. If assuming you hit her. If you hit something while while your weapon is coated, then it loses it, obviously. But if you guys do strike her, it would do extra damage. They do take a bonus action to apply every time, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can make up to 11 and know that, why is it 11? Haha, because he's number 111. No, because every toxin you make, I take a hit die from him. Not max hit points of hit die, by the way. Not that.
It's just
I will roll damage per hit die for him, but unless he literally rolls maximum on every single hit die, I don't think he's in danger of dying from all the blood extraction. And they could just heal him back up if he's to make him combat capable.
Is this also including like his con modifier, or is it just dice?
It would just be his dice.
Okay. Because I think he's a magic class, so he should have an okay con, so... You have wiggle roomish.
Yeah, they are literally bleeding him dry.
Gotcha. Okay. So
you guys can come up with that out of game.
Right. Are there any other secret captains here besides Captain Rickard?
As of current, no. Captains Blair and Zyder will be showing up in the next coming days. Blair should be showing up tomorrow, and Captain Zyder will be showing up the day of the War Council. He will be descending down from the mountain.
Understood. If possible, I would like to arrange a meeting with him so we might talk about resource allocation.
Captain Blair won't have much of a care or mind for it, other than preserving our own resources. So, for the sake of fairness, he just dismiss a wave of the hand. I wouldn't include Captain Blair in that. You've already met Rickard, and I think he'd be okay with those sorts of negotiations. Captain Zyder is a man of very few words, and he'll get here far too late for any discussions to actually be properly had. And at the end of the day, I'm the one leading all this. So, if you want to talk with Captain Rickard and myself, we can set that up. Not currently, though. I need to go run some scout teams.
Then let's find a time that works for you.
Looks at your schedule to discuss when were you going to discuss that shit.
Oh man, I got evening or day 2 something pretty good.
Day 2, yeah. How about tomorrow at evening time?
Okay, yeah, and I had one last thing I would have been doing ever since he made his presence known, and then again this morning.
Uh-huh.
Tracking the location of the Slayer captain. Which way he went, which way he came from. I can't remember his name because it's really hard to pronounce.
Good idea.
Cool. My dumb tongue. I don't know if I'm good.
Your American tongue can't pronounce Russian word.
Good idea. Okay, yeah, there you go. That phonetic makes it really easy. So yeah, I'm tongue tied. It's really hard to say some certain words. That's one of them.
Fair enough. Yes. What about the captain?
No, I'm not going to ask him about him.
You're going to track him down yourself.
Tracked what direction he left, and tried to have made myself visible so I can track a little bit further back to where he's staying at night.
Well, that's not going to be... Well, I say not to be terrible, but roll me your investigation. It's very classic. You're investigating stuff. Something Columbo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I get there really early, so I know which way he left. I go about 100 meters down and just track a little bit more. There it is. Fantastic.
Damn.
Life
I feel it, bud.
is pain.
Mm-hmm.
So Sajar's gonna show up with some banging new toys.
Sajar is gonna one-shot the
die.
final boss at this rate. The luck you guys are handing over to him.
He just walks up onto Blackreach, starts bowing.
You try to track around, but
there's
so much foot traffic around the Slayer compound. You could assume that he's staying at the Slayer compound. You don't imagine that he's staying at an inn or anything like that. But yeah, it's just too much foot traffic. There's so many different directions that this convoluted complex is built around. You're just I'll try again later.
Yep.
Let me say that Captain Garadia is present at the training grounds. So, you could track him at a later point, and he would just go back.
Yep. Couldn't find him then. I'll track him later then.
Track him later then.
Yep,
So
that's all I do.
we move from morning to noon on day 1. So you're taking longer than I expected. That's fine. You guys